Welcome back to the channel, man. Today I have a lot I wanted to talk about. It has been a stressful last 24 hours in my life, and as I can imagine, a lot of people's lives too, and I'm sure that mine is far from the most stressful. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk about the power of struggle and suffering. So I kind of just want to touch on that as a subject for today, and I have some things in mind, some key things I've seen in the past few days in my life that I want to share, and then yeah, just see how that develops. So as always, I'd really appreciate if y'all join in on the conversation, and would love to hear y'all's perspective, or anything that you want to kind of change about what I say, or don't take this to heart. But this whole video is meant to kind of open your mind up to maybe a different way of thinking. But so yeah, just the power of suffering has been on my mind recently, and actually yesterday I was not really doing much, and I was invited out to a Bible study with my friends, and I've occasionally gone from time to time, but usually this group studies or does the Bible study when I have lab on Wednesdays for my science class. So I go to this Bible study, right? And pretty tired, but I kind of wanted to go to one for a while. And it was a great story that we went over. We actually went over the book of Job, and basically it was really impactful to me yesterday. It was a great story to hear. So just a short, brief summary was off, like, the book of Job. He's devoted to God, loves God, does not deny him, very rich, wealthy man, very respected, and then God kind of puts him through suffering, being tormented in different ways. God takes away his all his material possessions, and then his children as well. And you see how Job reacts. He goes through mental torture and torment, but he never denies God or questions who God is. He just kind of suffers, and I think that's a very powerful story. Because it's just reminding us of our own suffering as humans, just as basic humans, and what we can take from that, and how, from a Christian point of view too, how we can choose to not, blame or whatever. Not even just Christian, but any really religion, of blaming your God. It's just like, it's very powerful when you really think about it, that there's this sense that everyone goes through these, like, good people suffer, and everyone suffers in their own different ways. It hurts to be human, and I think that's just something I've also experienced in themes in my life recently, because I felt kind of a guilt for growing up not having much, like, very hard things. I mean, I had hard things happen to me, but I didn't have anyone, like, immediately close to me die, any very hardships, like tragedies around me. And that doesn't matter. Like, I started to realize that recently, and I think everyone should realize, like, your suffering is valuable. It's invaluable, honestly. It's something that helps you grow and become stronger, and it's not necessarily something that has to be a tragedy or something in your life that is marked by anything. It's just the pure suffering of being human, and it's just the pure suffering of, like, we just hurt every day, like, or not every day obviously, but we have seasons of hurting. I mean, that's what I mean. We have times where we're just going through suffering, but the beauty is that everyone goes through it, and also that we have these great things too, and to enjoy it. And then so that Bible study is really good, and then we ended on, you know, the end of the chapter when Job is rewarded kind of by God, and we kind of went around and talked about that too, and we said that's kind of like heaven was his reward. But yeah, I mean, I think even so, outside of a Christian point of view, because I don't want to just exclusively see this through a Christian lens, but have a Christian perspective on things on here. But outside of a Christian view, it's still like the same idea that we all go through things, and you should use that struggle and suffering and enjoy it. I know sometimes you can't enjoy the struggle and suffering. I know some things are truly tragic and traumatic and terrible, but it leads to your story and who you are, and you can create from it. And we see it all the time, like some of the best art, some of the best music, some of the best things we know as people are made from this art of struggle and suffering, and that literally every story of success comes from a place of struggle. And recently I've just really let that settle in to me, because everyone understands that, right? Everyone understands you can't have success without struggle. It's very basic on paper, but on a deeper level, you really sit back and you say, wow, like that makes me see other people differently. That makes me see the world differently, and that makes me see my faith differently, because you see these people next to you, maybe they have success. Well, you know, they're hurting too. They're going through something. We're all going through something. It does not matter. Like, whatever you see, however much someone shares that they're winning, some shows that they're above, or they're good, or they're past all that, like, no, there's still something inside of them that hurts hard and often, just because of who we are as people, our humanity. So like, strip all the material possessions down, everyone's on the same level. We're all here in this, like, it's crazy. And then I kind of just want to talk about like what you can do with the suffering, and then like something I've been working on, and I need to get a lot better at this. This is why actually I'm talking about it. And it's just like embracing it. Like I said, the tragedy and traumatic stuff is a different process, and it's really hard to, you know, just accept that. Like, you can't always do that by yourself. So, but from like a day to day, I mean, you go through a period of loneliness. Let's say, this is a good example. You go through a period of loneliness, and you don't really feel like there's people you can talk to. Let's say this goes on for a few weeks, and you're just really upset, like sad. You can really find your own voice in that, and really embrace your own thinking, your own thoughts, and connect with God or your own religion more. And so like everything what I'm basically saying is everything you can make the best out of, and you can embrace a struggle and still get something from it, or embrace a crappy situation and still get something from it. So basically, another example would be just, you know, let's say we'll go deeper, like you lost someone close to you, and it really makes you value who they were and who they are, or who they represent. And from that, you can continue to grow and remember their lives, and take the good from them, take that message from them. as part of the cycle of life. And so I just kind of want to talk finally, like make my final point about this universal idea, and that we're all in this. Like, it's crazy. Just think about that. And don't underestimate what someone's going through, seriously. And don't be quiet about your own suffering. Reach out to people, make sure they're okay, and take care of yourself. Lean on God. Lean on your religion. Trust yourself.